What's up guys, Brandon here. We're here with Tom, former #1 Duelmasters player in the United States, and Evan.
What's up guys?
He was number 8 in New York at the time of the game's death, right?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Alright, so we got Tom's Spicy Darkness Water Fire featuring Valerica Dragon. So let's get into it, Tom. Alright, we got Bloody Skeeto.
Yep. That's a Bloody Skeeto.
Ghost Touch.
Yeah, this is kind of the frontline stuff against early aggro decks. I guess the Pyro Fighter would also kind of double as that. He's got a little late game trick I guess we'll get into later. But these are mainly the early game shutdown cards. You got some typical draw and discard. So I'm playing a lot of draw. I have 4 Energy Stream, then also 2 Brain Serum, then also a Eureka Charger. The Eureka Charger is really situational. I found sometimes when I was playing Dark Water Fire Mirror Match, I would play a Volcano Charger just so I was getting a Lost Soul first, and then my hand was kind of low. You lose the discard battle, so
I see. So
sometimes Eureka Charger does that.
That's like a mirror hate card. So you keep the card in your hand rather than blowing it just for Volcano, and you're ramping to Lost Soul. So it's a Lost Soul battle, pretty much, what you're saying.
It's kind of like
I see.
Specific weird.
All right.
Then we got the obvious discard Locomotivers, Clamp.
Only 3 clamps though, no 4?
Yeah, 3 of each apparently.
Interesting.
Can't remember why I decided to do that, but that's what I chose to do. Maybe it's because Ghost Touch is also here, and I felt like that was enough discard.
All right. And the Holkus, how did you get that invite hook with Holkus? That card's probably about $200 right now. Did you earn that?
That's a top 4 Holkus guy.
So what circuit did you wind up winning? Do you remember?
What?
Because you had to get top 4 at an invite circuit, correct?
Yeah.
Or win it. So did you remember what tournament it was? Was it at Mark's Comics?
Oh, it was definitely at Mark's.
Yeah. Oh, so you won it, or?
Yep.
Oh, nice, man.
So, then we got Thrash Caller. Does really Thrash Caller things, yeah.
Toolboxy, get anything late game.
Coral, I don't think I need to like
Self-explanatory.
get into that. We got some other really obvious ones like Blizzard of Spears over here, Terror Pit.
Deal with Petrova, right?
Can you talk about Magma Rex for us?
Yeah, we love the one of Magma Rex. So it can't kill Tolk, but it can kill a lot of other things.
Yeah, so Magma Rex is kind of a relic of the original Dark Water Fire deck I built with a couple guys from Colorado. The original version used a lot of Propeller Mutant, and Magma Rex happened to like set off your own Propeller Mutant, so it would beat Rushboard and then also rip the Pyro Fighter out of their hands, so that was cool. And then we'd also play Rothis, so Rothis on a Propeller Mutant was kind of like a double win.
Right. Yeah, go -2, discard a card, kill a creature, right?
Yeah, at one point I had both him and Meteosaur and played Double Geyser, so...
The evolution creature, Ultra Rock Beast, right? Yeah,
so he just kind of has stayed in here. He could theoretically be a burst shot, but very often just having
the body.
3Gs on the board is like relevant in other matchups.
Especially against Rush and Bombazar decks, which we'll get into later.
There's a lot of weird board states that happen too, where sometimes the one-offs dig you out of the weird board state. For example, Invitational Circuit, Dark Water Fire Mirror Match, playing against a guy, and he had like 4 Locomotivers pop the Twin Cannon out, swung at me, and I was like, Magma Rex Terror Pit, I win. And he was like, Magma Rex, and I was like, yeah, you lose your whole board. It's Magma Rex.
Yeah, you lose your whole board. So Tom Rogers.
That's it. Sorry.
All right.
I got shields.
All right. Wow, that's not... The Magma Rex is definitely justified. Very underloved card. He can't kill Tolk, though, because it says Power 1000.
Exactly.
That should have been errated.
That's kind of... It's kind of funny, though.
It is funny.
I mean, he's gonna tap and kill it anyway, but it is kind of... Tolk has his moment of glory.
Yeah, for sure.
Then you got the 7s, which are like... This is where the deck gets a little weird.
I see one Bolmedius. Any reason why?
Yeah, we got 3 Valerica Dragon, because he's better than Bolmedius.
Really? Why do you think he's better?
Because this guy takes more copies of himself. See, and then Bolmedius, pretty good, still here. I'm not relying on this guy ever, though. There's like Coral, there's Surfers. There's plenty of ways to fuck with this guy in the TCG where he just like doesn't matter. He's way better on DM plays. And then I got King Riptide, which is Merfolk on a stick by himself, draw 2. And then you got your stereotypical Bazagazil infinite removal thing. The reason they're all together like this is to kind of auto win a lot of the mirrors. A lot of people don't play Velrika Dragon. They stall out and try to swing Volmedius. But a lot of times you get in this very awkward board state in the Dark Water Fire Mirror match where both of you are essentially top decking or have 2-card hands and you're trying to just get more threats on the board than your opponent. And if I play more 7s than you, I'm going to get them first. I'm just going to rip more 7s off the top. And if I rip one of these guys, he's actually 3 of this guy.
That's a big
he can
swing
keep
right
taking
there.
copies of himself, so
Yeah,
I'm putting
absolutely.
a 7G on the board that could trade with the Volmedius. He's a floater, he gets me another copy of him. He eventually gets the Volmedius after they waste the removal or gets a Baza. It's a lot more heavier in that situation. The King Riptide as well. It's not a merfolk where you're trying to like summon the Emerald, make sure he doesn't die, then also draw a merfolk.
Unconditional, right.
They're just better stuff in that little control top deck war.
Interesting.
The last weird guy we've got is the Miraculous Meltdown,
Master Troll card.
which is an auto win against Rush. That's kind of Pyrofighter's special move here is if you have 9, you could play Meltdown.
Let them use their shield triggers, Terror Pit, Surfer, then
even
you
if
play
they
the Pyro.
even if they have Holy Awe,
Yeah.
the Holy Awe will trigger and then you summon an untapped Pyrofighter.
As long as they don't have a blocker, you win the game
Yeah.
pretty much. If you have
So-
another guy or two, it's pretty much
So
game.
there's kind of a little trick sequence here where like this is kind of what you're trying to do against Rush. Right, you get like a blocker, you summon one guy, you pop one of their guys in the stall, rush into the Meltdown, just tap the Hocus, you win the game.
Wow.
A lot of the Rush decks don't play enough shield triggers to actually deal with that. And then if you wanted to like nurse it till you had 9 and hit it with the Pyrofighter, they don't have anything that's actually going to rip your hand. They might have Volcanic Arrows or something for the Hocus, but if you pop all the shields first and then after the shields are used, hit them with the Pyro, it's over.
That's interesting. So, what separated you from the other higher tier Darkness Water Fire players was that you built for the mirror, correct? So the Velrika was obviously clutching the mirror. Magrex must have been clutch. Meltdown must have been clutch against a lot of other aggro decks. So
yeah, I had stuff that was if you look at this deck, you can kind of see that there's a lot of obvious staples, and then there's like one-offs of random cards that win a particular matchup.
right, and
like,
you could toolbox it with Crystal Memory or get it back with
Right.
Flash Roller. So it's
yeah.
very
and then I have
toolboxy. You can get your
an
answer.
insane amount of draw,
Yes.
so I'm gonna get those cards. So it kind of looks like I magically draw everything I need because of the mana
You're the
component.
Shobu in real life.
Well, well, it's the mana component in Duelmasters. If I
Right.
draw this in Dark Water Fire, I don't want to bench a lot of removal. I don't want to bench a lot of dragons. This is great turn 1 mana. So if I'm playing a matchup where this isn't relevant, it's actually really good as a mana, and then you never see it. It doesn't matter. If
Exactly.
I am playing against a matchup where it does matter, I can dig it back later with Thrash Crawler. I could search for it. I could draw it at some point. I just have it. And then
Right.
the rest of the deck is so staples that it doesn't matter if I have one dead card in my hand. I'm still
Okay.
going to play the typical Dark Water Fire mirror match. You're not going to notice I have the dead card in my hand. I'm just going to hold it the whole game. So
Okay.
there's stuff like that. The Velrika obviously helps in the mirror. Volmedius is going to help against like Petrova Light deck. And then I guess probably maybe that's why some of like the clamps and locals are cut just to fit in even more of those exclusive
techie
techs. Yeah.
One last question though: how does it do against Bombazar Blue, the boogeyman that everyone thought was broken? Is it 50-50 or?
It is somewhat of a coin flip. It's got a bad matchup against it for sure, but I've got enough tricks with the Meltdown, the Ghost Touch still being in the deck as an early discard can matter, the Magmarex can matter, the Meltdown strategy can matter. In that matchup, it really depends on what my shields look like and what the early draws are.
Mhm.
If I get like the hand that would be good in a control mirror, where you got like Energy Stream, Cranium Clamp, all like spells that do 2 instead of 1,
Yeah.
not as good. I actually want like Aqua Hulkus Locomotiver in that matchup, so it really depends on what you pick up and what the shields are.
All right. Well, thanks for the insight, Tom. We're gonna be dueling with this deck against my Bombazar deck, which I will also profile. So From Tom, Evan, and myself, Brandon, this is Duelmasters USA, signing out.